Natalia, like, she's not feeling at all. It's going to be.
Oh, okay. I think I will start the live stream now, Shiva, and then you can take over.
Good morning to everyone in Europe. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are elsewhere in the world. This is Climate Launchpad 2020 semifinals. We are in the resilient regions track. If you all can hear me loud and clear, can you just indicate a thumbs up sign, please? Fantastic. Welcome everyone. Welcome to all the pitching teams. Welcome to the jury members. This is exciting. This is Climate Launchpad 2020, the biggest clean tech competition in the world for early stage business ideas. This year we have participants from 55 countries. It can't get bigger than this, folks. This is the big semifinal. And today, we are in one of the tracks where we have 7 teams pitching. We have an excellent jury of 3 members. We are waiting for our 4th jury member. We are unable to reach him right now. If he joins in, we'll welcome him separately. I'll introduce the jury members in just a little bit. We have 7 teams pitching. These teams, judges, have gone through a very intensive process. They went through a boot camp. They went through a coaching process. They've pitched in the national finals, they've pitched in the regional finals, and now they're in the semifinal, right? They've gone through a very difficult process to get here. So in some sense, they're already winners for having gotten so far. We have 7 incredible teams and judges. By the end of the session, you have the unenviable task of giving us the top 2 winners of this track who enter the top 16 and pitch on the main stage the day after tomorrow. Regardless of what happens day after tomorrow, these top 2 teams that you select today, judges, make it to the Climate-KIC accelerator, one of the largest, best accelerators for clean tech startups around the world. This is high stakes, judges. I hope the pitching teams are ready. Before we start, and I start sharing my screen, can we all switch on our cameras and applaud ourselves for getting this far? All of us, let's switch on our cameras, please. And unmute ourselves. A round of applause for all of us. Woohoo! Thank you for joining in. You're all in different time zones. Odd hours, wherever you are. Thank you for joining in. Thank you, judges, as well. Let's get started. This is the first time Climate Launchpad has gone digital, and we all know why. But what it means is that we've increased the number of variables that can go wrong, right? So just in case something goes wrong, no panic, we'll restart and take it from where we started. So we'll ensure that no one gets affected adversely. Don't worry about it. And I'll explain more about that in just a little bit. But what I'll ask of you is an extra degree of patience because we are digital. We're all doing it the first time. It's a steep learning curve, but we'll try and keep it as seamless as possible. My name is Shiva. I'm your moderator today. I'm joined by my room boss, Gayatri. I can't see her right now. Gayatri is our room boss, and she will ensure that we are on time, we are on track, and we're doing everything well. Hi, Gayatri. We see you now. Just wave for all of us, please. Thank you. So I'm dialing in from Singapore. Gayatri is dialing in from Amsterdam, from Delft University, I think. Our judges are in different places, and I'll introduce them in a little bit. I'm dialing in from Singapore. I'm the founder director of Renergy. We are an innovation firm focused on urban circular economy. We innovate to make Asian cities more circular, right? So I'm really proud and thrilled to be moderating the session today. I'll start sharing my screen. We are in CLP 2020 semifinals, the Resilient Regions track. What a time to be talking about resilience, isn't it? This is the year that has shaken resilience, ladies and gentlemen. And we have 7 startups here who are working at the cutting edge of rebuilding resilience in our economies. ClimateLaunchpad 2020, Resilient Regions. Here we go. We've managed to start on time. I hope you all can see my screen. So if you cannot see my screen, let me know. Or if my audio is garbled, Gayatri, just text me and let me know, please. Okay, I will quickly go through the house rules. Please rename your startup to this format. Your Zoom name, your startup name first and then your name so that we know exactly who we are talking to. Unless you're speaking, please keep your mics off and your video off to preserve bandwidth. Your pitch will be unannounced and announced and started by the moderator. So I'll announce the pitch and I'll start playing the pitch that you've already submitted. I'll request the team to be ready to take questions at the end of the pitch. If you want to present additional slides during the Q&A, keep them handy and you'll be able to share. All right. My personal suggestion to you, if you can skip it because everything consumes time. Screen sharing only allowed during Q&A. And after the last pitch is done, the jury will deliberate. So we'll request the teams to leave the room. Game rules. You've all submitted your pitches. It's a 5-minute pre-recorded pitch. We'll play the pitch. There's a 3-minute live Q&A, as I just explained. I'm the moderator. I'm checking for format compliance. The judges will judge the pitch on the 6 criteria that you're already familiar with. Each team can score a maximum of 30 points, right? And the judges will evaluate and the top 2 make it to the top 16. So the top 16, number 1 and 2 from each team, win access to the final stage. All top 16 get access to the Climate-KIC Launchpad Accelerator. This is big, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, broadly, this is what's happening in other rooms. We have 68 teams from across the world split into 8 themes. Our theme is Resilient Regions. Tomorrow, we have a full day of exciting events lined up, workshops, keynotes, CLP TV, and then the announcement of top 16. Join us.
Shiva?
Yes, Gayatri.
I hear some other audio as well.
Okay, it's not from me for sure.
Do the others hear another audio as well?
No, everything's fine here.
I think you can continue, Shiva. Sorry.
All right. Super. Thank you. So day 3 is the top 16 pitching again, a keynote, and ultimately the announcement of the top 1, 2, and 3 winners of the top 16, as well as the top 1 from each theme. We have an excellent jury lined up today for you judging us. It's the Resilient Regions theme, and I can't think of a better jury to judge us and evaluate us. Mr. Khurshid Alam, the Assistant Resident Representative of UNDP Bangladesh office, is signing in from Dhaka. Mr. Khurshid Alam, allow me to welcome you, and may I invite you to say a couple of words introducing yourself, give us some background about yourself so that the teams know more about you.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be part of this journey. It's wonderful and very much close to my heart and what I do at UNDP. So I manage, I'm Assistant Resident Representative. That means I have a diplomatic and a representational role. But on top of that, I also manage UNDP's resilience and inclusive growth portfolio, which is a very large program portfolio that support Bangladesh to become more resilient and inclusive in terms of its growth. I'm 50 now, but my heart is still with all the young and youth minds, and that's why I've been participating all these, youth-led initiatives, and I'm so happy to be part of today's event as well. So over to you, Shiva.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alam. A warm welcome to you. The second jury member, Mr. Amr Salim, board member of You Think Green, Egypt. Mr. Salim, may I request you to quickly introduce yourself so that the participating teams have more context.
Thank you, Shiva, very much. I'm a board member of You Think Green. It's based in Egypt, where we empower young people to incubate their ideas into our incubation system, where we can go, and we have been in the national lead in Egypt for the last 2 years. Also, I'm a researcher at the private university at the School of Environment and Natural Resources, where I conduct my PhD at the moment. I have more than 10 years of experience in the water solar desalination systems and also in the energy storage systems. And right now, researching the climate governance and the energy governance in the MENA region.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salim. A warm welcome to you. We're grateful to your support today. Thank you so much for being here. Our third jury member, Mr. Alan Vidal, Director of Food and Nature Science and Partnerships for WBCSD, the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. Alan, may I request you to give some more details about your background so that we know who's judging us.
Sure. Thank you, Shiva. Good morning, good afternoon to all. So I'm based near Geneva. My day-to-day job consists of translating science for 200 multinational business companies that are members of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, mostly in the food and nature area, but also beyond now, at the junction of climate and nature threats that we are all facing and we're all trying to solve. My background as I'm a bioclimatologist and agronomist, spent most of my career in public science in the French environmental research organizations and with the CGIAR, International Agricultural Research, leading a program based in South Asia, in Sri Lanka. So special greetings for colleagues who are in South Asia, including my co-juror, Khurshid Alam. Glad to be with you today. I think the job you're doing, whether or not you will be successful today, is very important because it shakes the tree in which the large companies I'm working for are perched and think they are protected, and some have difficulties to change and to shift to a more resilient world. And I think what you are doing with your innovation is really shaking that tree so that the slight discomfort that results from that enables them to move. So very important for me to listen to your pitches and innovation today. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Alan. We are thrilled to have you here with us. Fantastic. All right. Let's get to the business end of things, guys. This is the pitching order for today. Seed to Diesel goes first. We have 7 teams. Can team Seed to Diesel confirm that they are present and they're available to take questions immediately after the pitch?
Yep, I'm here. Thanks, Shiva. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again, Johnny. Thank you. All right. Judges, are you ready for the first pitch?
Yes.
Great. Okay, this is seed to diesel judges, the first team. Seed to diesel. Good luck to all the participants. Fixing climate change one startup at a time. That's CLP, and this is the semi-finals of the 2020 edition. The first pitching team.
G'day, I'm Johnny. I want to get farmers fuel self-sufficient. Farmers can grow seeds that have lots of oil in them. To expect every farmer to buy the equipment and have the time and expertise to make consistent quality fuel year in, year out, it's just not reasonable. So our solution is to provide a service. Farmers already have silos to store their harvest and tanks to hold their fuel. We build factories that service a local area, established as cooperatives. We pick up the oilseed from the farmer and process it in the factory. The farmer pays for the fuel that is then delivered back for their use in agricultural equipment. The oilseed meal is on-sold to livestock producers on the grower's behalf for a commission, giving the grower a cash return. Only a small portion of a farmer's crop is needed to meet their fuel needs. Our beachhead represents 3% of the 85,000 farms in Australia who last year spent over $3 billion on fuel. 275 grain growers in our beachhead also have livestock. The economics for this subgroup is even more compelling as they're able to save on the retail margin they normally pay for their livestock feed. Our beachhead market also contains a local renewable ethanol refinery at Dalby, a supply chain partner, and we're also close to major research universities in Brisbane. We're building social and economic resilience with jobs in the bush. Farmers are spending around $100 on fuel per hectare. This varies depending on if they irrigate or zero-till or whatever else they do. 95% of oilseed grown in Australia is either canola or sunflower, and they'll save 24 to 40% on fuel costs using our service. The difference in saving is mostly due to the oil yield per hectare of the different seeds. Think of us as the McDonald's of fuel for agriculture. Where Macca's have a tech pipeline for burgers, we license a technology pipeline for processing oilseeds to co-ops. We use local renewable ethanol and enzymes to make the biodiesel. This gives a 5% power boost over biodiesel made with methanol that's imported from gas refineries. Our meal comes out as biscuits that livestock can easily see and will make an effort to pick up and eat and are beneficial to their gut biome. We use beer bubbles under pressure as a solvent, supercritical CO2. Ironically, we're using CO2 to combat climate change. Think of that next time you blow the froth of a cold one. A portion of the biscuits will be bagged or boxed, which doubles their value. Grain growers do sometimes get fantastic prices for their oilseeds, but not always. Older farmers are keen for options for their crop harvest, a floor price, for their resilience to market fluctuations and increasing the value of their crop. The average Aussie farmer is 58 and is acutely aware that food security is dependent on fuel security. They recognise the shrinking trend in refining competition is increasing fuel prices. On the stock feed side, producers don't pay anything for the carbohydrate, cellulose, fibre or residual oil. They only pay for the protein. The oil is not being valued. In our beachhead market, we make a profit of over $1 million in year 5. Financials for meal sale commissions give an additional 20% profit on top of the fuel sales seen here. Our key value drivers are the market size and share. From the 21 grain growers that we've interviewed, 60% have signed letters of interest. So we'd expect to convert around half of these to paying customers. This is 1/4 of 1% of the national market. Our price has to compete with fossil fuel prices for farms. So that's excluding fuel taxes and bulk discounts. As we scale and replicate, we expect the unit costs to reduce. Our biodiesel CO2 footprint is low because we use local renewable ethanol, facility power is from solar PV and glycerin waste combustion, and fuel and seed delivery is using the biodiesel that we make. For our beachhead, who use 7,000 cubic metres, we reduce emissions by more than 18,000 tonnes each year. Our system also promotes local vegetable protein production, reducing stock feed imports. I'm an automation engineer who's put together the process, analysed the economics and talked to the farmers. Dr. Whiteman has over 4 decades of international experience, including research at Oxford and vast contacts in the oilseed growing sectors. Queensland University of Technology have fantastic researchers who provide detailed information on the process development and letter of support. I'm also supported by Novozymes from Denmark, the world's largest enzyme supplier, who are currently involved in at-scale biodiesel production in Malaysia. I want to get all farmers off fossil fuel diesel. Thank you.
Thank you. That was seed to diesel. Johnny, can you hear me loud and clear? Judges?
I'm ready for questions, Shiva.
Awesome. You're ready for questions, Johnny?
Let them rip, mate.
Awesome. Judges, over to you. You have 3 minutes to ask Johnny questions. Seed to diesel.
Alan, would you like to go first?
I have a quick one. Thank you, Johnny. Sure. Thank you, Khushit. My question was, I would have expected the difference between biofuels and conventional fuels in terms of climate impact to be smaller than the big one you've shown. Could you explain that?
I'd argue that with a lot of biofuels that are grown directly for liquid fuel purposes, that yes, the impact is less. But because I'm targeting a sector where the oil is effectively not being valued properly, that effectively it's the same margin as what you get for waste vegetable oils. So I guess a lot of the vegetable oil seeds also end up in the livestock feed chain. And in the livestock feed chain, like I said before in my pitch, the protein is the only thing that's valued. The oil is not being valued. And so effectively the oil in the livestock feed chain is a waste product. So I'd argue that the margin for my CO2 footprint is on that par.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions?
I'm fine with your presentation, and I think you have made an excellent pitch. The only thing is that I'm trying to understand: are you actually doing it now, or you are planning to do it in future? What is your plan to, make it the larger scale? Since you have, a credible climate positive impact in your proposal.
We're at the stage where we need to build a demonstration plant to test the business concept with our local community, and also to scale up a couple of technologies that Queensland University of Technology researchers have helped me identify. So these technologies help with the economics of the process. I guess the more conventional way is to use a mechanical press and a centrifuge and the conventional caustic plus alcohol plus vegetable oil to make the biodiesel. But within each of those stages, there's an inefficiency. Mechanical presses leave a lot of oil in the meal.
That's time, Johnny. Apologies,
sorry.
That's time. Sorry, judges. That's 3 minutes up. Thank you so much, Seed to Diesel. Thank you for the presentation and for taking the questions. Good luck. Judges, I'll request you to take a minute to jot down your preliminary thoughts on Seed to Diesel. You can key in your preliminary scores if you like, or jot them down on paper or your thoughts. I'll leave it up to you. Judges, are you ready for the next pitch? The next pitch, judges, is AquaNurch. AquaNurch. AquaNurch team, are you ready to take questions as soon as your pitch ends?
Yes, we are here. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Until then, I'll request you to mute your mics and keep your videos off. I'll call you on as soon as your pitch is done. Judges, ready for team 2? This is AquaNurch.
Hello everyone, my name is Nehal Verma and I'm the co-founder of Nature Dots, where we are tackling the pain points of 15 million inland fish farmers in India. The freshwater fish farmers in India are reeling under acute stress due to the combined impacts of deteriorating water quality and climate change. They not only incur huge economic loss amounting to $16,000 per hectare per year, but also face nutritional insecurity. This challenged us to rethink the way existing fisheries and freshwater resources are being managed and led to the creation of AquaNurch, where we integrated the power of wetlands with artificial intelligence to de-risk fisheries and create healthy water ecosystems. AquaNurch, our B2B product, offered to fish farmers at a unit price of $2,667, including 1-year subscription to its AI-powered alerts and advisory services. Fisheries is a sunrise sector in India, and with a strong relationship capital in place, we chose the $400 million well-funded freshwater fisheries market of Chhattisgarh state in India as our beachhead. We aim to capture 15% of our beachhead in the next 4 years, which amounts to $60 million. By investing in AquaNurch, fish farmers de-risk their entire fish stocks from ecological stresses and gain 3x return on their investment by increased fish production, reduced input cost, and attracting premium pricing. It is a unique plug-and-play product with human-centered design core and location-agnostic technology. Its nature-based part mimics the wetland ecosystem effect as it utilizes the concept of phyto and bioremediation to reduce water pollution, especially heavy metals. It also promotes controlled growth of planktons, which acts as natural feed for fishes. The technological component allows to remote control and real-time monitor the health of these fish ponds by capturing and processing high-frequency ecological data on fish and water health parameters. The alerts and advisories generated by its AI engine are then easily accessed by fish farmers in a comprehensible way through its SaaS platform. We interviewed 310 fish farmers and different stakeholders to validate our key assumptions and learnings and found that there exists a huge customer motivation to buy AquaNurch. It appears that we are the only unique innovation addressing their key pain points. And as of September 2020, with the COVID-19 pandemic, there exists a realized urgent need to install AquaNurch system. We received 8 firm commitments by our early adopter fish farmers to install AquaNurch systems on their 47 hectares of fish ponds. We target to sell 75,156 AquaNurch systems with minimum 2 products per customer in a 5-year contract period, while keeping our cost price low and increasing our product per customer and market share. By 4th year, we will capture 15% of our beachhead, generating $9.4 million in profits. With this, we will be saving 70 billion liters of fresh water and improve the water quality of 220 billion liters every year. India is a protein deficient country, and our increased fish protein contribution will provide healthy protein, ensuring nutritional security to about 11 million people. We will also conserve land, as sustainably farmed fish land footprint is 40 to 50 times less as compared to other animal and plant-based protein. With an engineering degree in computer science and an MBA from Indian Institute of Forest Management, I, Snehal, bring 5+ years of experience of working across different freshwater ecosystems in India and have explored application of technology for natural resource management. Atish, who is my co-founder and a Yale and IFM graduate, is an expert in environmental and climate finance and negotiations with 10+ years of experience. He spearheads our relationship capital strategy. Our technology development is led by Ashish, who is an expert data scientist with strong AI/ML skill set, and he is a lead architect of AquaNurch engine and an IIT Madras graduate. He is supported by our hackers crew, including Akash and Ramya, and our entire team is supported by Adiba and Shiv, who takes care of our legal, regulatory, and organizational compliances. Our big dream is to create digital twins of all the freshwater ecosystems in the world. And for next 10 years, we have strategized and targeted to map 2.5 million hectares of freshwater bodies in India, where we produce and de-risk 1 million ton of freshwater fishes per year by increasing productivity of ponds to 15 ton per hectare per year, resulting into an acquisition of market share of $1.5 billion.
AquaNurch team, are you here and can you hear us well?
Yes.
Yes.
So you are the visionary and the hustler. I can see you right there. All right, judges, can you hear the AquaNurch team loud and clear? Awesome. Are you ready with your questions? I'm just trying to maximize and optimize the team for the the 3 minutes that they have. So I'll give you about 15 seconds to think about your questions before I start off the clock.
I do have a question. Actually, 2 questions. May I start if you, Kaushik and Alan, allow me?
Okay, getting started now. Your time starts now. Mr. Salim, over to you.
It's an incredible presentation. The cause is pretty clear. I really loved it. I have 2 questions regarding, you said you interviewed 310 farmers. This is correct, I understand. Okay. Was it a part of a research? Because this is too many numbers. How have you done this? And my second question is regarding the climate impact. You mentioned about how much you save water, which was 70 billion. If you could also clarify about that. And you mentioned also integrating the AI technology with you, like how far you have went through since you have such a big and very inclusive team. Could you just elaborate about the process and the climate impact and the interviews? Thank you. Over to you.
Right. Thank you so much. So yes, we did interview 310 fish farmers. This was spread across 2 years while I was still studying at Indian Institute of Forest Management. And not just 310, but we covered 4 to 5 different states in India. And we also made sure to interview female fish farmers or the role of women in this entire value chain, because we wanted to understand what are the key pain points in the inland freshwater fisheries value chain as a whole. I hope that this answers. For the climate impact, I would request Atish to please answer that.
Yeah, so climate impact, basically we are reducing 15% of overall water required for producing the fish. We are increasing the productivity with the less amount of water. Because what happened in general practice in more orthodox fishing is that as soon as the water quality goes down, the farmer basically started pumping the fresh water more and more and started flushing out the water, which is of a bad quality. Now that causes a lot of negative environmental impact as well in the surrounding fields. Because in India, fish fields like these fish ponds and agriculture fields are always in a vicinity to each other. And that's how we are conserving that much of water as a overall thing. The quality which we are improving because we are continuously monitoring water. And secondly, we are introducing our whole AquaNurch system, which is a hardware system installed on the pond as a nature-based system that is removing the pollution. So that we have tested piloted at a level, and we validated that. So in that way, we are also improving the water quality.
Right.
And working on that because certain lab results are coming very positive. We are working to improve it more and more so that in coming about 6 to 8 months, we have a very solid solution for that would also be ready.
Also, on field demonstrations are still on. So we are already catering to the initial eight fish farmers who are our early adopters. And by the end of the cycle, we do want to convert them as our first customers.
Also like to add for the first.
I just ask you a quick question so that you can answer it together. I'm just trying to save time. So one thing that you have mentioned.
Time is up. Sorry, Khurshid, I have to interrupt. Time's up. Apologies.
No worry.
We hope we were able to answer some questions.
Thank you. Thank you, team.
Thank you so much.
AquaNurch by Nature Dots. Thank you, team.
Just thinking, Shiva, whether you may consider that we ask all the question first and then they answer. Then that's how we can make time a bit of efficient. If it doesn't break any rule.
Okay, so normally it's totally 3 minutes for the Q&A, but you're recommending that we don't time the questioning part and just time the answer bit.
Answer bit, and we do the question first, all three judges, at one go, then they answer all the questions.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Let's do it from the next startup on.
Thanks, Kaushik. This is a great idea.
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. May I request you to take a minute to jot down your thoughts on AquaNurch by Nature Dots. AquaNurch. So on our form, it says Nature Dots AquaNurch, I think. So both are the same team. It's AquaNurch by Nature Dots. Please take note. Are you ready for the next team, judges? So after the 5-minute pitch, we are changing the format a little bit to ensure that all of you can put in your questions. But may I also request that we allocate something like 45 seconds to note down all the questions. And then I'll request you to stop asking any more questions at the 45th second mark. And then we give the teams 3 minutes to answer the questions. Is that fair? Thank you. The next team, judges, is Abshar from Pakistan. The third team of the day, Abshar. I'm playing the pitch right away. But before that, Abshar team, are you ready?
Yes, we are. Yes, I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear. Thank you. Okay. So your pitch is going up. Abshar, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Ali Khurshid and I am the founder of Abshar, which is the first company of Pakistan working on water optimization. And we are here to save lives, as we founded Abshar from my own pain when few years back my liver got severely damaged because of the water scarcity. And I was in so much pain that I lost all the hopes that I could even live another day. But my mother helped me a lot. It took me 6 months to get recovered. And during those days, I found out that I'm not alone. According to the World Health Organization, there are 2,270 people dying every day because of the no water. While water scarcity is a global issue, Pakistan ranks 3rd in the world against water scarcity. And since then, I just made saving water my aim. And I was just wandering around here and there, finding some kind of solution which could help us in saving water. And now Abshar has the solution, which makes our deals very simple. We provide 98% water saving optimizers to the hospitality and the commercial industry sector. And in return, they pay us 1,200 euros for the 100 units. So in our Beachhead market, we have only included 2 cities of Pakistan, which includes Karachi and the Pakistan hospitality and the commercial industry sector, and which makes our SOM up to the 107 million euros and take them up to the 42 billion euros. And with the start of this 2020, we launched our product and sold 6,000 units and saved 260 million liters of the water and generated 44,000 euros of the revenue. We have also collaborated with the UNDP and WWF and got recommendation from the Water Commission of the Pakistan. So our value proposition is not just that we only have to save 98% of the water. Besides that, it directly affects your water pump's electricity, and we could save that energy up to 60%. And it also plays a vital role in the reduction of the sewerage treatment cost, which means less operational cost. So its payback period is in just 16 weeks. And these graphs show the clear difference between the water, electricity, and the sewerage cost before and after the installation of the Upshar optimizers on them. So our product is highly attractive, makes your taps more beautiful, and saves 98% of the water by turning simple stream of water into the tiny droplets, which instantly drains your hands and gives you a very smooth feeling. Furthermore, it has different mode in it. You just need to twist it and the multiple stream of water will come out of it, but it still helps you in saving 85% of the water. So currently we have the advantage. We are the first mover in the Pakistan. We are patent protected, we are cost effective, and we have the capacity to manufacture in high amount. And we are the locals, made for the locals. So all the economy run in the local economy of the Pakistan. So our main customer discovery was that we interviewed 300 plus users from the 25 plus hospitality in the commercial industry sector. And why hospitality in the commercial industry sectors? Because these are the industries with the brand name who are highly concerned toward the water saving. And what made us so much proud that our clients are actually promoting us, and they have given us that recommendation letters, which is helping us in gaining more clients. So our main key assumption was that there is a high consumption of water. There are people who want to save the water, and there is a high cost. And our main learning was that there is a huge market gap, there is a high water cost, and there is no proper tool and device available in Pakistan market, which could help us in saving water. So we are going to tackle at least 20% of our beachhead market and going to generate 1.6 million euros of revenue every year. And from this beachhead market, our impact is going to be, we are going to save 800 million liters of water every year and going to reduce 2 million tons of carbon dioxide emission and going to generate 1,000 plus contact-based jobs by 2024. And I have a highly enthusiastic and passionate team for the water saving, and I'm so much proud that I'm working along them. And above all, I have mentors who are just an angel to us, helping and guiding us toward every step. And our dream is to save Pakistan from the day zero, which is predicted by UNDP and IMF. And we want to go international by 2023, and our mentors are helping us in this. And we want to raise our valuation up to the 2 million euros by selling 50,000 optimizers by 2023. So yeah, this is all about me and Upshar. Thank you so much everyone for listening to us.
Thank you, Team Upshar. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so before we start off your Q&A, judges, I'm sorry, I just received feedback from the organizing team. They're not allowing a change in format because the other rooms are also sticking to the 3-minute, including the questions. And the first two teams also had the same format. So I have to tender my humble apologies that we have to revert to the 3-minute for the complete Q&A. What I can request though is that you shoot off your questions very, very fast and we give the teams an opportunity to answer. So apologies for that. But we've received feedback from the organizing team as the pitch was going on that it's not allowed. On that note, are you ready to ask questions of Team Upshar, judges? I have Mr. Salim's hand raised, so we'll give Mr. Salim first dig at this. Go ahead, gentlemen. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Mr. Salim, we can't hear you.
Sorry, I wanted to give it to the other jury. My hand was raised from the previous question, so I would like to give the opportunity to Khurshid and Alan. I still have a question.
Oh, very quickly then, I think let's save time. It's a very quick question. But I think technologically it's very possible, but did you check whether there is an intention or incentive from the industry side to utilize or buy your new technology?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, we are even getting the high demand and we need to put the more efforts into the manufacturing side as well, because we are getting the lots of order that we need to fulfill right now. Because it's not that it's only helping you save 98% of the water, but it's also helping you reducing your water pumps electricity bill and the sewage treatment costs. So yeah, we are getting the high demand from the market.
Thank you very much for this. It's very essential and critical. My question is, I know there are many other types in the market already that saves up to 70%. What actually really motivation to do it up till 98%? And are you really sure of this? It can reach such kind of level of 98%?
All right. So yeah, it's saved 98% of the water, and it is also certified from the different sector from the Pakistan. And furthermore, that like you just said, there are other products like which save 70% of the water. The main problem with all those products is that they are not able to bear up to the high TDS level of the water. And in Pakistan, especially, there is a large problem for the scaling of the water. And this is the only product which is certified even from the government as well, that it's bear up to the high TDS level of the water. That's why it is highly adoptable. And we have worked along like around 1 year to make it more user friendly so that there is no troubles for the user to use it. Yes,
Are
please.
there any maintenance constraints?
Yeah. So basically there is no claim came back to us that call us for the maintenance, but still it has the cleaning mode in it. So if there is any kind of troubles you face, you could clean it yourself within 30 seconds to 1 minute. So it's not a big deal.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Wish you very good luck. I know Islamabad and Karachi, both cities are facing a lot of water-related issues. So it's a great idea.
No doubt on that, because I myself suffer from that disease. So I can understand the exact real pain. So that's why we made it, for the last question, we made it zero cost on the maintenance. So we don't want anybody to pay money again and again. So it can be in handy and easy to adopt for the user. So if I got the time, I could talk about more my products. So basically the thing which took us for 1 year, we want to make it beautiful, enhancing, so that nobody could say that I don't like the design of the product or it's not much suitable for me. So design is the first thing, and the second thing which comes very hard for us is the user experience. So we need to work lots of that. Yeah.
Time out, team.
Thank you. Thank you
so much.
Really nice talking to you all.
Thank you. Thank you for taking questions. And thank you, judges, for shooting off the questions very fast. Awesome. That was Team Abshar. Judges, may I request you to jot down your thoughts about Team Abshar? We have a minute for that. Are we ready for the next team, judges? The next team is Team Coin. Is Team Coin here to take questions after the pitch?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Did I get your name right? Is it Team Coin?
Got it. First time.
Okay, awesome. Team Coin judges. We're heading into the pitch right now.
For decades, the cost of housing has risen faster than rises in income, leaving millions of people locked out of home ownership across Europe. At the same time, construction uses 50% of all raw materials, creates 50% of the global carbon footprint, and is responsible for nearly 50% of all landfill waste. We are Coin, and we are tackling this crisis by building sustainable, modular houses and offering a new way to make homes affordable. Our homeowners will initially rent one of our houses for 3 to 5 years, and we will save 30% of their rent for them. By the end of this period, they will have saved enough money for a deposit and will go on to get a traditional mortgage to buy the house that they've already been living in. We call this rent to deposit. This gives our customers housing security, protects them from rising property values, and makes their home affordable. For our business, this gives us 2 revenue sources from one asset, the initial rental income, and then the property sale. Our initial market is the United Kingdom, and for our pilot project, we have identified Manchester as the area with the highest need for our service. With 2.8 million inhabitants, Manchester is the country's 2nd largest city, and it has the youngest population with significant local authority support for housing development. Our Beachhead market is represented by millennials looking to buy their first home, in particular young planning families. There are 12,000 people in our Beachhead market with a total value of 7.1 billion euros. Over a 5-year period, a typical resident in Manchester will spend over 63,000 euro in rent and utilities, leaving them with little to save for a deposit and preventing them getting on the property ladder. With our service, they would save an 18,000 euro deposit in 5 years, all the while able to live in the home that they are saving for and with no utility bills to pay. Coin homes are built off-site using modular construction, which allows simultaneous developments both on-site and off-site. This reduces construction times by more than half while improving quality, safety standards, and reducing costs compared to traditional construction. We will be able to build more rapidly than our competition and pass on our savings to our customers. Our homes also run net zero through a range of energy saving and production methods, so homeowners will have no utility bills. The Coin team conducted primary market research in the form of 100 surveys and 30 interviews, supplemented with 10 advisory conversations. This research strengthened our knowledge of the target market and elucidated that 74% of first-time buyers would purchase a modular home and would use a supportive financial service to help them afford it. The 2 main perceived barriers of entry onto the housing ladder identified through our research were a lack of properties and unaffordable prices. Based on our target demographic, we believe a digital marketing strategy supplemented by peer-to-peer networks will be crucial to our success. By year 5, Coin will generate nearly 5 million euro in profit on revenue projections of 40.5 million euros for strong net profit margins above 12% annually. Net income generated per home will be 47,000 euro for a total return of 22.6% on each property built and sold through the financial model. Total home costs are 208,000 euros, which includes a cost to build and maintain the home. These financial estimates are built on a portfolio of 500 2-bedroom homes, scaling to a run rate of 250 new properties built annually. This represents approximately 4.3% of the market share. It would take 500,000 trees more than 10 years to offset the carbon footprint of a typical housing portfolio of 500 houses. However, our homes are carbon neutral. We achieve this through off-site fabrication, which reduces the carbon footprint of our house by almost 50% compared to traditional construction. A further 20% of the carbon is sequestered in the building, and our final 30% is offset through our supply chain. We built our dynamic team with the skills we would need to transform the housing industry and the passion to get us there. Additionally, we have advisors from Edinburgh Innovations, University of Edinburgh, and Aurora Sustainability. Typically, in the housing industry, environmentally friendly options come at a premium. But with our model, it is the sustainability that drives our cost efficiency, value proposition, and revenue. With our innovative model and support from ClimateLaunchpad, there is an opportunity to fundamentally change the housing industry for people and our planet.
Team Coin, are you there?
We are.
Fantastic. Judges, can you hear Team Coin loud and clear? Over to you, judges.
Very quick question. This is a wonderful presentation. You are claiming that it's a fundamental change. So I just wanted to understand which part of your entire model is fundamentally new or innovative. Is it a business one? But the technology one is not new. Modular house has been there for a long time. If you could elaborate that part, please.
Sure, absolutely. The financial product that supports it is innovative, and in large part, what we really want to be able to do is bring the construction of the homes and the financing of them together without necessarily be dependent on government and local authority programs, which do change and flex as leadership changes. So the biggest innovation is in the finance, and we're using the finance to try and scale the amount of sustainable homes that are built. I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Thank you very much for such incredible presentation. You just said that most innovative thing is your finance. Have you taken any real steps towards like communicating with banks or communicating with venture capitalists to support you with the scheme if it's really scalable, visible to achieve, especially in UK? And yeah.
If I heard you correctly, it was asking if we've taken any steps around financing and partners. Perfect. So yes, we have. Particularly, there are significant local authority funds which we would look to utilize, and which my partner Alice could tell us more about. And there are construction partners as well who we've identified who could supply the products that we would require. Hopefully, I answered your question there.
A question for me. Thanks for the presentation. Very clear.
Thank you.
How do you get your house carbon neutral? Is it only on the operation, or also on the construction, settling, implementing on the ground?
Sure. Well,
and if I add that, whether it is also different material that you're using.
Absolutely. Again, my teammates probably can give a more detailed view, but just very briefly, there are savings in construction, in the material, and in also the power that the house uses once it's on site. But I'll pass over for the rest of the question.
Yeah, it's basically all the three parts. We use energy efficient operations and solar power to make the utility carbon footprint down, and the materials we use are also locally sourced so that the carbon footprint is down. And also the method of construction, since it's offsite, it also reduces the carbon footprint in that area. So typically in all three areas, and it also makes the house come under the circular economy option because it's built in parts and taken out in parts. So yeah, everything contributes to it.
It's a number of steps across the whole supply chain. And we've had to identify our suppliers very carefully because of that.
That's time. Team Coin. Thank you, Team Coin. Wonderful presentation. Judges, some reflection time for you to jot down your thoughts on Team Coin. Judges, we have a total of 7 teams pitching in this track today. We are done with 4, so more than 50%. Competition's heating up. It's getting tense, and I think we all need some cooling off time. So let's take a 5-minute break, judges. You catch your breath, get your coffee, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. It's 5 o'clock in Singapore. That's probably 11 a.m., Gayatri, in Amsterdam. So let's be back in 5 minutes, gentlemen. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Climate Launchpad 2020 semifinals, the Resilient Regions track. We have 7 teams pitching judges. We're done with 4. We have the last 3 pitches and then we retire for your deliberations and your choice of number 1 and number 2. Are you ready for the next team judges? The next pitch. Let's head to the next pitch. Can team Exo Labs confirm that they're available? Hendrik, you're available. Great. Okay. So we'll play your pitch and then we'll request you to come online to take questions. Thank you.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Hendrik. I'm co-founder and CPO of Exo Labs. And in this pitch, I would like to take you on a journey to the snowy mountains. For the hydropower industry, water is money. To efficiently monetize this resource, the hydropower operator needs to know how much water they have available at which given time. For these operators, however, snow presents a major challenge. Due to the large variability in mountain areas, it is difficult to quantify how much snow is available in a given catchment. We at Exo Labs developed a snow monitoring service to monetize snowmelt for the hydropower industry. Our deal is very simple. We sell a comprehensive snow monitoring solution, which helps the hydropower industry to recover 50% of their lost profits. Our system improves inflow forecasts to avoid water loss by spilling. In return, we charge 20% of the money saved. Water from snowmelt accounts for 1/4 of all hydroelectric energy produced globally. The map color codes the global capacity distribution. We target large hydropower stations with a capacity of more than 100 megawatts. You find the respective number of snow-fed stations per country overlaying on the map. Our beachhead market is Europe, where we aim to serve 27 hydropower sites, resulting in profits of 2.6 million euros per year. The snowbound hydropower industry is losing around 10% of potential profits each year. The goal of our solution is to help them recover 50% of these lost profits. We offer a value-based pricing model where we charge 20% of the money saved. So what is our service? Over the past 3 years, we developed a snow monitoring system that combines satellite and ground observations. Based on advanced, we can accurately map the continuous snow cover, snow depths, and snow water equivalent. These products are updated on a daily basis and cover entire mountain ranges in a high 20-meter spatial resolution. The system is fully operational on Amazon Web Services and provides a reliable and user-friendly data access via an API. We already have paying customers for our snow service in the tourism sector. Within the hydropower sector, we approach companies in Switzerland, Norway, and Canada. Based on their feedback, we could validate that our main assumptions hold true. Most importantly, there's sufficient interest in our service based on a real pain. Furthermore, we verified that our snow water equivalent product can be easily integrated in operational hydrological models. In our beachhead market, we have 133 potential customers. Assuming a 20% market penetration over the next 5 years would result in annual profit of 2.6 million euros per year. Since the majority of our costs are fixed, we have a highly scalable product, allowing us to take on new customers in new market segments with low marginal costs and high potential profit margins. The climate impact of our service is potentially huge. Increasing the snowbound hydropower efficiency in our beachhead market by 5% would save 1 million metric tons of otherwise additional greenhouse gas emissions each year. This number equates to the annual electricity consumption of all households in San Francisco. The reason why we can execute this project is because of our excellent team. being a spin-off from the University of Zurich, we bring all technical skills needed to offer the most accurate snow monitoring system on the market. We hope that ClimateLaunchpad can help us taking our first steps towards entering the hydropower market. Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to answering all your questions.
Team ExoLabs, can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, we do.
Judges, over to you.
Very quick question. Did you check with, I'm sure you did, what is the value addition of your system on top of existing hydrometeorological modeling that existed, and often the data is publicly available? So why would a company buy data from you?
Because we push the boundaries on various borders. So what we provide is innovative in space and time. So on the one hand side, we developed a solution that resolves the distribution of snow, which is typically very high in the mountain areas, in high spatial resolution. So based on satellite technology, we can break that down to a 20-meter resolution, which provides more accurate numbers on how much snow is actually available. The second point to that answer is the temporal dimension. So hydropower stations don't only need to know how much snow is available at the moment, they also need to forecast to know at which point they have to provide electricity and can generate that for the best price. So on that end, we are collaborating with one of the leading meteorological services in Europe, which also act globally and can provide these forecasts, how the snow state changes over time. So that is very crucial on both ends.
Thank you for your presentation, Hendrik. What sort of technology and data processing are you using in terms of remote sensing data?
So that's a very important question, thanks. So typically, people make use of a single sensor. So in the framework of the Copernicus, the European Earth Observation Program, that might be Sentinel-2 because it provides a high spatial resolution. What we realize is very important is that you have to use all the resources available. Each sensor comes with limitations, either in space or in time. You never ever find a sensor that can provide a very high spatial and a temporal resolution. So our solution to that is that we combine multiple sensors. In total, at the moment, we have 6 satellite sensors. We are aiming to increase it even further by using additional technology. So not only optical sensors, also microwave sensors, which are independent of weather and daytime. So on that end, it's very important to make use of all the resources available to come up with the best possible product. And we are pushing the boundary there pretty much. So at the moment, we provide daily resolution with a high spatial resolution. And if we incorporate that even further in weather models, we can even crack that down to an hourly resolution.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's time.
Yeah, Dr. Henning, you've got. It's a fantastic presentation.
Unfortunately, that's time for ExoLabs.
Okay, it's a fantastic presentation. I was wondering if, with this, given such technology and all of these remote sensing projects.
Jad Salim, I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's time.
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear you.
Sorry.
We would like to help out, but I think we have to stick with the rules. So thanks for asking, everyone.
Team ExoLabs, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Team ExoLabs. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Shiva.
Judges, some reflection time for you about Team ExoLabs. Judges, the next team we are bringing to you, team number 6, is geodesic.life. Geodesic.life, judges. Can the team confirm that they are ready as soon as the pitch ends to take questions?
Yes, we are ready. And
great.
Could you please allow us video?
I think by default, you all can switch on your cameras.
At the moment, Eugene cannot.
You have to hover. Yeah, we can see you actually.
You can see us here, but we wanted another camera.
All right. But all set now?
No. Please check my profile. Oh, yes, it will start. Yes, hello. Hi.
Okay, great. So you're all set now. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
So we are playing your pitch now. So you can go back on mute. We'll play your pitch and then you take questions. Judges, this is team geodesic.live.
Hello, everyone. The houses we live in and their construction are responsible for 39% of global CO2 emission, according to the United Nations Environment Programme. So bringing sustainability to housing is the global issue. The issue of similar importance is affordability of housing. Millions of young families across the globe are living in cramped rentals, polluted cities. Their kids are not able to touch the grass and breathe clean air during the day due to extreme housing prices. We are Geodesic Life, and our mission is bringing affordable and sustainable prefabricated dome homes to families seeking for clean air and green future. We sell dome homes to families with kids at a price €250,000, and this is 150 square meters home, prefabricated in Ukraine and delivered and assembled locally on our Beachhead market, which is in Scandinavia. We have chosen Stockholm housing market as our starting point because it shows stable construction market growth. People here are used to live in prefabs, and this region is the #1 by sustainability in the world. We offer our customers home with outstanding quality parameters in comfort, energy efficiency, and environment, which are significantly higher than those at average Swedish house. Windows at our home are designed for the best natural sunlight penetration, which is vital for human health. Temperature inside is super comfortable all year long, and you always have fresh air to breathe due to ventilation system with automatic air quality control. Geodesic Life has a nearly zero energy consumption class, and we exceed maximum energy efficiency according to various international standards. Moreover, we comply with very strict Swedish environmental requirements, and all this you get at a price much lower than average Swedish house costs. So our product is the dome home, which main advantage is 33% less surface area comparing to usual rectangular building, meaning that you need 33% less materials and the same advantage in heat loss. And it means that it is cheaper to build and you pay less for heating and cooling. Moreover, solar panels installed cover energy needs of the house and even allow you to export up to 56% of produced energy to a grid, getting return on your investment. In 3 years, we plan to achieve €6.9 million profit, and we'll do this by selling 74 items annually and gaining 8% market share. So 14 interviews with Ukrainian families show that there are people who would like to buy a dome home, but not enough for us to build a scalable business here. But nevertheless, we already have our first paying customer here in Ukraine. But we had to change our focus and started talking to people from Nordics. And our key insights are that people tend to use less energy regardless of their income level, and the house cost is much more important than its shape. We have compared life cycle CO2 emission of our building and average Swedish house, and we saved 28% or 10.9 tons of CO2 emission on material and construction. In total, we save 420 tons of CO2 emission in our Beachhead market annually. Please meet our team: Eugen, the founder, me, Lily and Anna, our architects. And you know, me and Eugen, we live in the dome home built by us for almost 2 years already, and we really would love to share this amazing experience with people around the globe. We dream to make people happy, living in healthy, sustainable homes at lower cost. We dream to achieve 30 million euro valuation by the year 2025. And our ambitious dream is to develop carbon neutral dome model and distribute it around the world. Thank you very much for your attention.
All right. Are you logged in from your Doom home right now?
Yes, we are. We're in it right now.
Great. All right. You can hear us loud and clear, right?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Judges, Geodesic live team for you for questions.
I have a quick question. It's not a question, it's an ask. I would love to have a house like that. So send me one. And not in public. Okay, we'll have a private chat on that. No, I love this presentation and the house design, architect, everything. But I'm confused on one particular aspect. If you would clarify, easier carbon footprint. I think we have two problems that we need to solve. One is the expansion of urbanization. Your dome house model, when you're talking about vertical expansion, that your dome house model will use more land. So land cover problem will not be solved. It may not be a problem in some parts of the world, but the crowded part of the world, land is a major issue, when you compare to the nature. And second is related to your carbon footprint across the supply chain. So have you considered that when you calculate the climate contribution? Thank you so much. By the way, I love it.
Thank you for the question. So maybe Eugen is better to ask, to answer.
Okay, I start with second question about life cycle assessment of buildings. So yes, we have calculated 100-year period, including renovation of some materials like windows should be renovated each 25 years and so on. So yes, we used a professional tool for carbon footprint emission calculation. And the first question was about
land.
The land. Okay, here in Ukraine, as well as Scandinavia, they have a lot of additional land. And the problem is that in cities, people produce way more pollution comparing to the case where, when they are spread all over the other land, like 50 kilometers far from cities. And our last assumption shows that after all this COVID stuff, people are ready to move far from city, like 1 hour's way from city. Thank you for that question.
Thank you very much for such incredible presentation. I don't think actually you need a competition. You have everything well established right now. All what you need is just marketing growth plan where you can continue further. Just a small question. What kind of materials do you really have? And do you change or you adapt your material based on the region where you are going to penetrate later on the market? For example, what fits in Europe, it doesn't fit in for example, Middle East. So have you considered
Apologies, I have to interrupt. Time is up, Judge Salim. Sorry, team. Most fascinating, but we have to call time. So I'll request the judges also to shoot their questions very fast. I'll request the teams also to answer to the point very, very fast so that we can maximize this. But geodesic team, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I kept saying geodesic.life. I should say geodesic life. Sorry about that. Thank you so much. May I request you to stop your screen sharing, team? Judges, some time for you to jot down your thoughts, please. Judges, our last team for today, the last pitching team, is Team SOSEI, S-O-S-E-I. Team, are you here to take questions?
Yes, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Am I pronouncing the team name correctly? Is it Team SOSEI?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. Judges, this is Team SOSEI, and I'm playing the pitch for you right now.
Hi, my name is Magdalena. I am co-founder of SOSEI, and we come from Uruguay in South America. We're a large part of our economy, and even our identity as a region is based on agriculture and beef production. In recent years, it's become more patent that the current agriculture model is facing trouble. Production costs are increasing, and crops are being threatened by climate variability. Regenerative agriculture comes to change the way we manage land. It is based on the concept that good soil health is essential, and that it can be maintained and managed profitably. But there is a catch. Soil is a very complex system and there is no one magical solution. And that is where SOSEI comes in. We provide tailored regenerative solutions for farmers and agriculture companies by designing the regenerative management solution, selling innovative soil analysis to monitoring, and retailing the products and services that are required for the implementation. The average price for our services is 33 euros per hectare, which a customer pays in substitution to traditional supplies. Our beachhead market are soy and wheat farmers in Uruguay. They are geographically accessible to us, they are well-funded, and they are vulnerable to rising production costs and climate risks. We consider future scaling to include other segments with potential, like livestock farmers in our region. The key to good soil regeneration is soil management, keeping soil microbes alive, and current agricultural practices go in the opposite direction. Our solutions are the bridge to ease farmers into regeneration, helping increase margins with 50% less effort. To be regenerative is to become resilient. We contribute to reducing the risk of losing crops to droughts and pests, ensuring good crop quality, which ultimately translates to access to better markets. Our services include soil health monitoring through innovative analysis developed in-house. They are based on mycorrhizal fungi activity, enzymatic activity, and soil metagenomics. We also partner with the German firm to offer software modeling services that translate the benefits of different soil managements into monetary savings in input, crop losses, and potential carbon credits from carbon sequestration. Depending on the set objective, like kickstarting nutrient cycling or weed control, we retail cover crop seed mixes and biological inoculants that can make it happen. Many of our supplied products are present in several countries across the world. We also offer contract grazing enterprises that combine regenerative services for the soil and increase income for the farmer in the short term. Our business model gives the farmer a goal, englobed in the purpose to regenerate. Since it is based on 2+ year transition projects, it allows us to develop trust and fidelity and gradually build a soil biome database at a farm scale, which is a huge asset for the future of precision agriculture, microengineering of the soil. So from our more than 20 interviews, we learned that farmers are more aware of the threat to soil fertility loss than we first imagined, and they are willing to innovate. But many are not aware of the principles of regeneration, and they showed concern for the risk of losing profit margin on the transition. So we decided to focus strongly on capacity building and sharing the excellent educational content that is available worldwide through our platform. And to tackle concerns about profit margins, we designed a contract grazing enterprise. We also find that it is very important to seek to channel the adaptation funds that are available under the Nationally Determined Contribution Program in our region. For our financials, we are considering a 1.5 million hectare market, which translates to approximately 3,000 producers, of which we plan to acquire 300. This can lead to a profit of around 900,000 euros per year. As for climate impact, we expect to reduce 4 million tons of CO2 per year in our Beachhead market. Our solutions sequester CO2 from the atmosphere while conventional agriculture emits. We also expect to increase water retention capacity in the soil by 352 million cubic meters per year. There are also significant positive impacts regarding climate adaptation, both in food security and social impact. So this is a team. There is Magdalena Iturri and myself. I have more than 10 years background in environmental engineering and I&D. Santiago Centena, who is co-founder and CMO, and he has more than 15 years experience in business agriculture ventures. Silvina Garcia, our CTO, is a very experienced soil biologist, and Georgina Steiner, our CFO, is a very capable economist. We are a creative and passionate team of entrepreneurs. We are weaving a network of committed individuals and organizations who share our dream to build a bridge for profitable regenerative agriculture in a corner of the world. So thanks for listening, and I look forward to answering to your questions.
Okay, Team Sosei, ready for questions?
Yes, here I am.
Great. Judges, over to you.
I'm sorry, I cannot hear.
Shall I shoot first? Gracias, Magda. Question, I mean, thanks for the presentation. And of course, very interesting to see a small company starting in that sector, which we know is challenging. How are the people you surveyed and inquired handling the potential risks that is related to their activity versus the risk they're taking on embarking on regenerative ag?
Yeah, well, actually they are not doing anything about it. They're just worried. And farmers here do not tend to have this long-term planning in their minds. So they are worried because they suffer from droughts, for example, and they just buy more products for agriculture, chemicals and stuff that the current providers give them. So they really do not have a long-term plan for being more resilient. The government is promoting some, for example, irrigation, financing, but I mean, that's it. So we really need to do something with soil.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So I should, if there are no more questions, I would elaborate on this question to save the time. So our proposition goes in the opposite direction. So for a few years, you have to change your management. So you have to build the soil, and then it's the farmer's land that is doing the work of retaining water and being more resilient. So that they won't have to spend their money in products and energy for irrigation in the medium to long term.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hi.
I don't have any question other than saying a big thanks, Magda. It's a great presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was Team Sose. Thank you so much. Regenerative agriculture team. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Right. Okay. Now that brings us to the end of the pitches for the day. We've heard 7 teams. It's all up to the judges now. So teams, thank you so much. It's wonderful to hear your pitches. 1 or 2 I've heard before. And it's wonderful to see you again. Now we'll let the judges deliberate and figure out team number 1 and number 2 for our track. You will know the results only later, I guess. So for now, you just have to enjoy the rest of the program. So there's an exciting lineup tomorrow. There's some stuff today as well. Thank you so much for the teams, for such wonderful presentations and for taking all our questions. I'll request all the team members, the participants, to exit the room. Thank you so much. Wonderful to have you. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. May I request all the team members to exit the room, please. Gayatri, I guess we can stop streaming it.
Yeah, I've